the doctor is in, and happy holidays! As you can see, yeah, we're getting a little close to the New Year, so I might as well start back up because I do want to get done with India art before the New Year, so here we go. I forgot we're in the ball. God's command. Alright, be right back. Alright, let's see if this team works.
How can she have so many no phantasms? What's going on here?
I don't think those are no phantasms. They're probably Baobei depicted in the investure of the gods, so I can understand why she has them. But the Nezuino has never exhibited this kind of fighting ability. There's something else going on here.
She did say that Arjuna shared one of his divinities with her. I suspect the key lies there. This is no natural divine spirit amalgamation, like we've seen with Satomi. This is a case of divine elements simply being fused into the existing being. As difficult as it may be to believe, if one of Arjuna's divinities is truly able to coexist with a servant spirit origin, that would indeed explain this remarkable increase in her power and abilities.
So basically she was ascended, huh? Great. Assuming he gave her one of the local Apollo reagent tasks with defending different directions, I say Kubera is probably at the top of the list of possibilities. Kubera is the god of wealth and treasure, so that would explain why she has such an abundance of power now. Well, we're fricked. So, technically I never heard this name before because I never studied this part of history. We only study a bit of it, so, I'm gonna ask that question. Not well known in your neck of the woods, huh? Trust me, he's a very important god in India. Please, do tell. There are all sorts of stories about him, but they all agree that he was the guardian of the North. He was also known as Dhanapati, the Lord of Wealth, and as Vaisravana, son of Vishvara. How do you say that? Though in Japan, he might be better known as Tamoten and Bishmonten. Kubara. I think he was Ravana's half-brother. As I recall, he battled Ravana, only to lose both and fight in control over the island of Lanka. Oh god. And in this case, he has some connections to me as well, or rather, to Sita. Hey now, don't get that idea. Also, oh, maybe that's why he's such a good match for Nets? What the heck? Request, shut up! There's no need to explain. We are here to fight. Still, I will tell you one thing. The divinity of the gods of wealth does reside within me. Declaration. Therefore, this can only end in defeat. Oh, Chris! Another OP item? No fair! She's ducked down in legendary
gear and I'm still in my starting equipment. Gods have immense power far beyond ordinary beings. That's what makes them gods. If this Nezu really has been given a divinity, it would definitely explain how she's gotten so absurdly strong. But it's so sad, I can barely stand to watch. What do you mean by that? No, what do you mean by that? What's gonna happen to this Nezu? Man, god dang, I'll be right back.
夏休みではあるが、当方を油断すること一切なし。いざ参る。燃えろ！大いに遊び、大いに学ぶ。
目覚めよ神のパワー。パオーン！目覚めよ神のパワー。
いいと。
後で美味しくいただくっすよ。
叩き込む。
せい。技能を使用。やっ。
くそ。
神様らしいとこ見せちゃう。ガネーシャさんのすごいところ見せてやる。ガーネッシュインパクト。明日から運動するっす。技能を使用。せいはっ。
でなおら次の相手かかってこいや。
Alright, back to the story. Oh sheesh, we don't spill blood. Who hit?
You've noticed too, haven't you, Master? That fight was clearly...
Why you threw the match?
That was an incredible display of wealth and fortune. It always makes me envy you. But...
You took it too far. Even with all your abundance, you were spending it faster than you could replenish it.
You know, I thought the way you were burning through your items seemed familiar. You were doing it on purpose.
See, that's why I said why she threw the match. Cause what the heck? You went out of your way to use more of your power than necessary. You made sure to use so much that not even the god of wealth could recover from the loss. Why?
Kubara is the god linked to my father.
Huh? In China, Crown Prince Nezu's father is known as Tao Tai Li Tian Wong, aka Pagoda Bearing Heavenly King Li, aka Li Jing. And in Japan, Li Jing is considered to be the same as the figure I mentioned before, Tamoten and Bishamonten. There's a lot of cross-pollution between Taoist lore and Buddhist myth when it comes to gods like these, so it can be difficult to make sense of. But the long and short of it, we can be pretty sure that Li Jing and Hindu god Kubera are one and the same.
And I, of course, have a connection to my father. Confusion. There is something inside the jewel I hold in my chest. I do not know what is called. These feelings are called. I owe towards my father.
Want to tell us what that means?
The details are a little different between Journey of the West and the Investiture of the Gods. But basically, Nessa was born with tremendous power and wreaked a lot of things even as a baby.
Right.
Her father acted in anger and fear, and Nessa lost her body as a result.
Dang.
She was later reborn to a new being thanks to the Buddha and Tai Yi Zenren. Well, the real story might be more complicated than that, but that's an accurate picture of the central relationship. Plus, they say that the father is still afraid of her powers, so...
Oh.
I am Crown Prince Nessa, Marshall's central altar. I am not Li Qing. It is therefore impossible for me to tell what I think and feel now that both beings have been combined within me.
That explains the look.
But I can be certain about this. It is not right for Li Qing to exist inside Nessa. It is utterly preposterous. Truth. Such a being can never be me. Truth. This is not how I am meant to function.
That's why you burned yourself out? You couldn't accept what you become?
But why take such a, well, roundabout approach to simple?
Good point. If you wish to end your life, you could have done so any other number of ways. For example, you could have fought back against the god who made you that way with all your might, since he trusted you enough to bestow you with power. You should have had plenty of chance to attack him if you chose.
I considered that, of course, but deemed it impossible. His divine power is just too great.
Boss of the year alert.
If I lost, he might decide to erase my consciousness for being defective. Then I would truly become nothing more than a puppet with Nessa's body, Gubera's power. Conclusion. That would be a fate worse than death. If he ended up as a berserker, then thanks to that violent side of yours being the most prevalent in your manifestation,
The whole land would be turned upside down.
that would probably also mean that your feelings about your father are stronger or fresher than usual, Nessa. Which would explain why you just didn't want to deal with it. Yes, I tried not to think about it at first. I buried my feelings deep down and did my best to forget them. But then, I saw her. Our Nessa? The moment I saw her, it felt like I had been cursed. I was overcome with rage and hatred and envy, so much so that I couldn't stop myself from destroying her.
cannot stand the idea of another me, a truer me, being out there. I cannot accept it, but destroying her did nothing to lift my curse. I can no longer ignore my incompleteness. I can no longer stand how ugly I was. That's why I did this. Collaboration. It was not you who destroyed me. I destroyed me. I can't say I approve what you did, but I can understand. That is fine. If nothing else, I was able to avoid the worst possible outcome. For that, I thank you. But I will not apologize. The one to whom I should apologize is no longer here. The effects should just disappear. For the first time, I understand that logic. The defect of Neza mixed with her father will disappear. That is how it should be. Salvation. I will not return in the next Yuga. You're a servant of that god? You have no right to say that! My lover is gone now. How dare you say they were defective? How dare you say they deserve to disappear? Apology. I have no way of knowing that. All I am saying is, for those of us ashamed of our defectiveness, getting to disappear can be a kind of salvation. Hang on. If you're really grateful to us, then give us some info about before you disappear. It can be about anything. Arjuna, the other local Pala. Oh, we want to know about God Skyboulder too. The giant cube? Truth. Unknown. I know nothing about it either. Nor do I know who might know something. Dang! Damn! I was afraid you'd say something like that. The local Polar serpents that he has bestowed with divinities. If you defeat them, those divinities should disperse like mine. So we can whittle down their forces by taking them out, huh? That's definitely good to know. Whenever we inevitably face off with Arjuna, not having to also fight 3 serpents with godly power at the same time will be a huge help. Can you tell us anything about the other local Pala? Answer. Oswathama is a special case. He goes around with his own, fighting battle in place of Arjuna. The others watch over different regions. They sometimes assemble under Arjuna's order, but in general, they keep to their assigned area. There are only 3 local Pala, so each one cover a wide swath of land. I don't know what happened to the gods who were originally meant to guard the different directions.
Probably got wiped out.
There are supposed to be 8 local Pala, 1 for each cardinal direction. I wonder if their divinities are still inside Arjuna because he doesn't need them. What do all of you local Pala do exactly? In which direction do you oversee? Answer. We watch over people, guard against revolt, and take care of sacred beasts. My territory stretches over everything, from the north to the southeast. The old man handles everything, from the north to the southwest. And the young man handles everything from the southeast to the southwest. The old man is William Tell, an archer, and the young man is Acephalus, a caster.
Thank you for the information. But dang, I do not feel good after... Yeah. Alright, let's continue.
William tells Acephalus. Sweet! We got his true name! Acephalus is a hero known for being one of the Argonauts and for founding medicine as we know it today. It's too bad Atalante not here. She might have been able to tell us more about him.
Da Vinci, why the heck you gotta bring that up? God dang!
And then there's William Tells, one of the most famous hunters in the world. So that's who the elderly man is. As a rule, servants are usually summoned in their prime. Give me a moment. So his middle-aged appearance must be because that time in his life is when his skills were at their peak. Sorry, I had to do something. Interestingly, neither of these heroic spirits have any connection to India whatsoever. But now they've been given the divinity and power of India's god. I wonder what effects that had on their abilities. Answer: unknown. I never paid much attention to their abilities. I did not need to. Oh, reports. I have reached my limit. Outsider, no. Master of Chaldea. Maybe we will meet again someday. And if we do, let it be this effective version of me. I hope it will be that other pure me. Oh, let it not be. I want you to... Oh, come on! Just because a servant is given divine power, that doesn't necessarily mean they will see it as a good thing. If anything, it was the power that made her see herself as effective. Yes, even the servants are no exception. Knowing what you need, what you don't, what to keep, what to discard. I think everyone has to decide those things for themselves because not two people are exactly alike. It's no one else's place to unilaterally choose them for you. Not even a god. You had every right to say what you did to that local Paula. I can more than understand your anger, as someone desiring to cut themselves off from this world after they've been going around doing the same to others. All I'm saying is that one servant of God have their reason as well. As that girl there just said, It's not right for a single entity, even a god, to make decisions for the entire world. Yes, you're right. Besides, the important thing is that you and your comrades succeeded at defeating one of the local Pala. This is cause for celebration. I'll go tell the others.
Not only did you defeat one of the local Pala, you even learned the true names of the other two servants. Jeez, Corey, not the time to be fake until you make it. This is a most welcome turn of events, Aaliyah. It feels like the car infuriatingly blocking our way moved aside, and we can finally go floor it and leave them in the dust. You're trying too hard, Gordy. Now we just have to keep up our momentum all the way to the finish line.
You're not really much good at gauging the mood, are you?
We're not exactly celebrating here.
No, wait. My god power is telling me what really is going on here. You did gauge the mood here and just ignored it. Neat like me aren't too good at that sort of social stuff. Though I guess you could also call it a pretty minor skill.
Would you mind not psychoanalyzing me right where I can hear you? Especially when you're going to be so spot on! As the commander, I merely offer my assessment of the present situation. Sure, what do you say, old man?
The servant doesn't get to choose who summoned them. Well, this is very unfortunate for Neza. It worked out for us. If she hadn't purposely worn herself down, I don't think we would have avoided taking some heavy losses. Dang, I really couldn't read that there.
I agree. It doesn't feel like we won so much as she let us win.
Neza was a special case, since she just happened to have a special connection to the India divinity she was given.
Yeah, but don't expect us to be too lucky next time. I get it.
I don't think we can count on anything similar happening with the local Pala who don't have any ties to India.
I just know these things, okay? I'm sorry.
Agreed. Officer Dama was a significant threat, even when we were only trying to get away. His regenerative ability and his immortality were both on a scale I've rarely seen.
The question today is, who is he mixed with?
As for the other servants, we should assume they're at least not as powerful as Nessa would have been if she made better use of Kabara's power, if not more so.
Yeah, next one we face might not be that easy. We'll figure something out. I swear I'm leaning more and more towards the giving up lines.
Exactly, Master. I'll make sure to remain on my guard. Still, if nothing else, at least he made a bit of progress. Eliminating one of the divinities under Arjuna's control is a victory no matter how you look at it. Though, of course, it's still too early to say how much value or significance this victory portends. Actually, now that you mention it, I think I do feel a little lighter. That's weird. That indescribable pressure we felt hindering us in this world. That strange feeling that something is off that's been preventing us from finding our footing. That time was her freaking watching this. I feel like it's not quite as bad now. It seems safe to assume that eliminating one of the Lokapala has improved the state of the world, somehow. Needless to say, if we're going to defeat Arjuna, we'll need to reduce his overwhelming power and find a way to draw out more of our own. If eliminating a Lokapala can achieve both at once, that would truly be killing two birds with one stone.
Forget birds or stones at this point. That looks to be our only possible path to victory, period. So I guess we'll just have to make our way down it a little bit at a time. Journey of 1,000 miles and all that. In other words, our next course of action is to try and take out all the other Lokapala. Weaken their defense and make the big guy vulnerable. And luckily, we know where we can probably find them. Yeah. Sure, they may be very general directions, but it's still better than having to lead at all. Plus, I bet the towns and village in those areas will know something.
I don't know, just here sound good to me. Can I choose both? Dang. And again, some of these can literally just be one full sentence sometimes. According to Neza, Ashwatthama moves around freely on his own, so going after him won't be an option. We just got to hope he runs into us, I guess. So the question is, who do we pursue first, William Tells or Acephalus? That's a no-brainer. The archer is clearly the high-priority target.
I understand why you would say that, but at the same time... Oh, why's that?
Isn't it obvious? We can't have him sniping Aaliyah, can we? Point taken. She's the cornerstone of our whole operation here, after all.
Yeah, but that caster makes me worry more.
I may be personally blessed by the goddess of fortune, but Aaliyah here is the one who's holding the key to our victory. Therefore, we should take out the archer first, to eliminate the risk of Aaliyah being taken out at a distance and ensure her safety. You know what? I can't argue with that. I understand how you feel, but I'm not certain the choice is so clear-cut.
But of course, Holmes knows what I'm getting at.
We shouldn't let our king rush headlong into danger just because we're wary of her rook. No. I understand. It's a question of who has the greater advantage. The fact is, we currently have no servants who excel at mid to long range combat. Every member in our current lineup is a close to mid range fighter. If we were to go after the archer first, we could end up struggling to pin him down, only to have him really throw a wrench in the works by calling in reinforcements. Agreed. There's a distinct possibility. Caster, on the other hand, tend to be excellent mages, but they're certainly not known for their prowess in battle.
I bet it differ. Hold on now.
Being an excellent mage doesn't automatically make you an excellent warrior, after all.
Again, sir, I beg to differ.
No, most casters fight by cutting traps and collecting information outside of battle to stack the deck in their favor.
This is how we know you haven't been with us long, sir.
So in a head-to-head brawl, they're likely to fall one step behind compared to an archer. If we can drag them into such a brawl, we should have a good chance of defeating them. Essentially, our goal will be to reduce the enemy's forces by going after the weaker opponent first. Which would be the caster, according to you.
But okay.
That would leave the archer threat looming over us. But that has been no less true all this time. I believe we can minimize the risk by taking measures against any attempts at sniping and eliminating the caster as quickly as possible. Then it's settled. We'll go as a caster first.
Well, dang, you finally agree with me.
I can't believe it. What can't you believe? As a fellow chubster, I demand an escalation. I'm sorry, I couldn't give a straight face.
Hey, I'll have you know that I only have all this extra weight out of respect for Gensha. Anyway, I was just surprised that you were acting like a decent commander for once.
God dang, girl!
You really do know the difference between servant classes, don't you, Gotchi?
Damn. Gotchi? Does that mean she thinks I'm like Carl Gotch?
No.
The undisputed god of pro wrestling? That's a rather elegant nickname you've come up with there, young lady, that I appreciate. But to be clear, I've been studying this sort of thing ever since I knew I was going to be the next director of Chaldea.
Oh, really?
After all, it would be quite the farce if Chaldea's top brass didn't know the first thing about the crucial heroic spirit summoning system. Isn't that right, Curiolite?
Yes, Director. I know you've been studying diligently every day since we left Russia.
What? No! I mean these things all along. I know these things all along. I'm not nothing of, if not a capable commander after all. Regardless, I now easily know just as much as a newly minted master. Furthermore, I've also taken another look at Alea's reports.
Oh, great. What did you find out this time?
By this point, I quickly calculated each class traits, the cost of summoning a given servant, and the amount of strain placed on the nervous system by the Mystic Code. Ah, jeez, she's looking at my medical files. With just one hand and common pocket calculator,
You better pay me overtime.
Instantly, Alea, you'll be getting hungry in about 3 hours, so make sure to have some rations ready to go.
Damn. He's even calculated the rate Master burns calories?
Yes, very impressive. Now, can we get back on track? So we'll be going after Asclepius first. Nessa said he's in charge of the south. But how do we go about finding him? Point taken. I am told there's a town in the south. If his job includes keeping an eye on the people in his region, there's a strong chance he'll show up there.
In that case, we should be able to ask someone in this village where to find it. Okay, sounds like a plan to me.
Good. Alright. Aaliyah, your next mission is to head south. Find the Caster Asclepius and defeat him.
Oh, and don't worry. Yours truly, the beautiful Miss Da Vinci. I'm so cool to call her Da Vinci. We'll be holding an extensive lecture on Greek heroes to give you something to listen to on the way.
Yay, more Greek history. Just what I wanted. I swear I can't escape history class. Alright, so the next area should be unlocked.
Effects of Unforgiving Boro weakened by the defeat of local Poloneza. Oh great, I guess we're gonna get more reading in that apartment too. Alright, time to accept the rewards and get right back into the fight.
Section 11. Dr. Yuga Asclepius, the god of medicine. Alright, we should be getting close to the end of the peaceful cycle. So, yep. Things are starting to get murky. That's just lovely. And there go the tree. And the blight is here. Yay.
Oh my. It was seeing Kerbera has vanished.
Well, damn. Now I feel bad for pawning my job on her.
Don't be stupid. She ran off on her own. You didn't ask her to go. Also, if you're going to bother saying that sort of thing, you could at least pretend you mean it. You don't look at least a bit sorry.
Yeah, don't know what to tell you then. I'm really broken up over here.
Wow, just... This won't do. This won't do at all. I could tell Crown Prince Nezo was up to something, but she was still on the hands of God. One of the hands of God, whoops. The fact that she gone now is... there is no problem. The God's power is infinite. Even if one is shattered, I remain limitless. Indeed, of that. I have no doubt whatsoever. But you must agree that it is inconvenient to have one fewer pawn to serve you. Yes. Is that not why you summoned the other servants after Oswathaman? To have them execute your will? What do you say? If you like, I would be happy to provide you with another summoning spell. Please, no. No, even that is of no consequence. All I need now is to keep repeating the Yugas. thanks to the power you all brought me. I have been able to speed up the sluggish Yuga cycle. So I will continue on. I will keep drowning the world's defects as evil and cutting them away. The demise of the Great Yuga, the cycle formed by the other Yugas, that only a god can see, is approaching.
The Great Yuga, huh? Who said this 10-day Yuga cycle you're repeating is itself just a part of the Great Yuga, right? Hey, I almost spelled that real well.
Indeed, now is the time for the universe to end. The whole world has lapsed into degeneracy. The great Kali Yuga and its massive destruction is at hand. Oh God, you should be proud. The seed of morality you have tended for an eternity are at last about to bear fruit. Ordinarily, it would take hundreds, no, thousands of years, but that would be far too long a wait. Thanks to you dramatically shortening the small Yuga cycle to 10 days, the Great Yuga cycle has been sped up as well. How wonderful. And then, all that will remain is that which is truly good, truly necessary. Then I will be able to create a perfect, ideal world. Indeed, indeed, indeed! What a lovely world that would be! If that really does happen, why, that would be just lovely! Soon, very soon, I think. You will remake the world over the course of enough small Yugas for us to get there. I wonder how many more Yugas will it take? 1, 2, few enough that we can count them with our hands? I can't wait to find out. Hey, alter ego. Enough with that discretion. Basically, the boss is telling us not to worry about Nessa's death, right? Fine. Got it. Now, can I get back to my research? I got a lot on my plate, you know. I swear, there's nothing worse than all the time people waste on pointless chatter. Especially when they're your patient, and we got to listen to them blabber away about their inane personal lives. It won't be one thing if they at least had some interesting rare disease. But it's almost always just another boring cold or broken bone or something. Oh, gee, sir. Wait. Alright, if you want me to wait, I'll wait. What is it? There's something I should tell all of you. Oh, my, how unusual. Yes, it's not every day we see a glimpse of his humanity. I don't see as much water or flowers as I did yesterday. This looks like the harvest season. I guess that depends on the current Yuga, too. As I recall,
today is the beginning of Trata Yuga. That's a time when things start to deteriorate a bit from how they were during Krita Yuga, and 1/4 of the world rightful order is lost. It's quite a radical difference for us to just see things change so instantaneously, but that's just the way this world works. For the people who live in this world, this is all perfectly normal.
Nonetheless, I cannot help but feel that this state of affairs is far too sudden and unnatural. If the Yuga cycle has been shortened to a mere 10 days, something is certainly amiss. At this point, I will not be the least bit surprised to learn there was some sort of distortion here affecting the entire world.
Alright now, alright, now that we've all adjusted to our new surroundings, it's time for the lecture, I promise. You keep walking, I'll keep talking. Dang, I'm sounding like a mofo today. Asclepius is a hero from Greek mythology. His father was the Olympian god Apollo, and his mother was a woman named Cronus, making him a demigod. Shortly after his birth, he was entrusted to a centaur sage. That's right, our very own Chiron. Asclepius first studied medicine under him, but his talent for medicine surpassed his teachers eventually. In addition to the sun, Apollo was also the god of sickness and healing, so that's probably where Asclepius got his talent for medicine. To elaborate, he took the knowledge of herbology Chiron imparted to him and expanded on it. Which led to the concept of medicine as we know it today, spreading far and wide. Up to that point, healing had strictly been the domain of the gods, which is probably why he came to be known as the father of medicine and a god in his own right. At the time, the concept of a doctor, someone with both the knowledge and skills to treat injuries and diseases, is someone other than themselves. And a patient, the benefactor of the doctor's knowledge and skills, was a huge paradigm shift, and Asclepius is the one who made it happen. Wow, when you put it like that, he sounds like a really big deal. Though, of course, I'm sure Ganesha is way more famous than him, being an actual god and all. As I mentioned earlier, he was one of the Argonauts owing entirely to his skills as a doctor. He probably got to know Atalante, Heracles, and Medea during the voyage on the Argon too. It's too bad none of them are here now. They might have been able to tell us more about him. Yeah, that would be very hard.
I'm sorry, but I have no interest in his life story. All I need to know is how to defeat him.
Oh, there's plenty of other interesting stories to share about him. Like the one how his staff became entwined with snakes and came to be symbolic of medicine everywhere.
looks like that one will have to wait. The beautiful Miss Da Vinci is taking a short sabbatical. What? Why's that? I'm picking up a huge wildlife reading. It looks like some kind of hydra. Is this because I mentioned snakes? Maybe words have more power than we give them credit for. Oh, that's lovely. While there are many Indian legends involving serpents, such as Naga and Vritra, this would seem to be no more than an ordinary creature. Is that a good thing, or, that's a good thing? One that is apparently set on having Miss Aaliyah for his supper. Ah, that's just lovely. Hard pass! Talk about the strongest of existence. Nah, more like hard pass. There's no need to bother Intra about this. The fewer dangerous animals there are, the safer it is for everyone. I don't want to be eaten either. You guys have seen how a snake's stomach bulged out after it swallowed its prey whole, right? I'm warning you now, Hydra, the same thing's gonna happen to you if you eat me. Oh, by the way, I'm a vegetarian now, so if you wanna make me an offering, some potato chips would hit the spot.
Okay, I'll make sure it has no type of animal oil in it. Alright. Now it's time for me to go into concentration mode, and I'll be right back.
良きかな良きかな困るみ
Second thought, that twist is a little bit more embarrassing than I thought. Was not paying attention. Okay. I think I'm just gonna end it right here. I did enough reading for today, and I think... Look.
今年も終わりに近づいていますね
Maybe this will be enough polls for this
小さなことからコツコツと
Only one way to find out. I need this material here the most, and I should get the bones next time. Alright, on to the banner. Because speaking of Indra, or at least Vritra, boy do I wish. Anyway, gonna try to get a snake lady. Here goes. I should have seen that coming. Alright, I get it. Today is not the day for that kind of luck. Anyway, as usual, this is where I'm going to end the video off. And oh, today is Summer May Rin. What you got to say today?
そのナンパ男とか浮かれた気持ちとかそういうのなのだとするとコウ様は私がそういうものに襲われることを気にかけてくださったということでつまり大事にされているということで
Seriously, wedding version when? Anyway, until next time, the Doctor is signing out.